way off on the side with the headshot, way off. Feeling good on the pistol? Well, I feel better than I did the last one. Alright. 2 in the 9, 2 in the X. Went for a headshot, was shaking too much, couldn't get it. Blood pressure, cholesterol, it's all factors. So, let's get a picture. Matt here with Prepnology. I got a couple things I want to talk about, and the first is Southern Prepper One's video. If you haven't seen it, supplies versus skill sets, or supplies versus skills, go check out his video, Southern Prepper One. He's got a channel. Go watch that, come back, and then watch this. He hit the nail on the head. He really did. There's no substituting skills, because you can lose supplies, you can't lose skills. That cannot get taken from you, that can't get burned down in a house fire, that can't get taken away. So learn skills, learn how to garden, learn how to can, learn how to do all this stuff. You can watch all the YouTube videos in the world, and it's not going to teach you how to do it. Getting out and doing it is going to teach you how to do it and be successful at it. I just sprouted seeds and failed miserably. Never done it before. I'm going to try it again though. First you don't succeed, you just keep getting back on that horse, keep trying, and eventually you'll learn. And that's what it's all about. You can watch all the videos on YouTube, you can read all the books, and you can, I read a book on starting seeds, but I still killed them. So if that gives you any idea, and maybe I'm not the best at it, but I'm going to try to get better at it so that I have that skill set and I can do that. I know that I can use the seeds that I've bought. Anyways, so back to the whole idea of a skill. You can have this, the M4 variant AR-15, and it is a blast to shoot. I mean, it's fun. And I'm not knocking the AK. I've got one right over there in the corner, and I think you ought to have both too. I'm not going to get in the whole AR-AK debate. They're both tools in the toolbox. Use them. Learn how to use them. Get that skill set. Not everybody has been in the military, and I'm one of them. I was never in the military, and so I don't have a lot of the escape and evasion training, the combat training, the navigation skills that a lot of these guys have. So I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to make up for where I lack. And I found one of my biggest weaknesses yesterday. I went over to a buddy's house and for some exercising, and we did some calisthenics that I haven't done since high school, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to stand up from where I'm sitting. I mean, it's really pathetic to say because we didn't work out for that long, but what we did really tore up my legs, and I'm looking forward to continuing this miserable feeling until I feel fine, because you got to push through. You got to do something to get something, is what I'm saying. So thanks, man, if you watch this, for helping me out and for volunteering to be my trainer, I guess. It's good, but you need to go through and you need to find your weakness. Maybe it's planting seeds, maybe it's fitness, like me. Maybe it's maybe your weakness is not being able to figure out which way is north. Maybe you need to go out with a compass and a buddy and spend some time in the woods until you figure it out. I'm not saying go out and get lost and die and all that, but you know. Anyways, when it comes to this, you know, I do some running and gunning, and I'll roll in some video, and it's a blast to get out there and shoot, set up targets, run back and forth around this and that, and then see how you did, because there's a whole different skill in bench rest shooting versus actually running around and getting your heart rate up and getting your blood pressure up and everything, and you know, you're breathing heavy and you're trying to stay on target, and you know, you're doing this number here. You know, it's after a while you get used to it and you can kind of keep it a little more steady, but you know, it's tough. The skill set that this requires to be effective, you know, this isn't going to help you, this isn't going to protect you or your family, this will do nothing for you. You are actually going to be protecting your family. This is just a tool. This is nothing more than a fancy club when it comes down to it. Do you know how to use it and get the full effectiveness out of it? That's what you got to figure out. So, and that's the same thing with seeds, with gardening, with canning, with everything else. So, to learn skills for this, it might be a really good idea to get one of these. Now, this is essentially the same thing. It's got a fixed stock and no rail, but it's essentially the same thing. This is an airsoft gun. And a lot of guys knock airsoft and all the crappy airsoft gear and airsoft nerds and dorks and whatever. You will get as much out of this as you want to get out of it. And what I get out of it is a chance to get with a few buddies that are all of the same kind of mindset. I didn't know that at first, but it didn't matter to me, because in the beginning it was all about training. It was all about learning how to move, learning how to go undetected, learning how to use cover and concealment. Now it's about learning teamwork, because I found out that all these guys are on the same are all on the same page as me. So, you know, these guys are thinking about preparedness, are thinking about how they're going to take care of their family if there's any kind of an issue from a you know, like I say, a winter storm to full-on economic collapse. So, that being said, I made some good buddies out of this, and this will teach you a whole lot if you want it to. If you walk into it saying, man, I don't want to do that, that's stupid, that's stupid airsoft, it's all crappy junk, and grown guys walking around playing with toys. I tell you what, if you're thinking that way, you're missing out, because the cheek well, the proper form, sight picture, target alignment, all of that comes into play with this, just like it does with this. Now, I totally thought airsoft guys were total door idiots, whatever. They're like those guys that play paintball, right? And paintball's fun, I'll give that to you, but airsoft always just kind of seemed like a dorky thing to do, until I realized by going out and doing it. So, yeah, I think now there's just as many dorky gun guys as there are airsoft guys. But what can you do? What is your skill? What are your skill set? What is your skill set? What can you do with the tools that you have? Can you move? Can you operate together as a team? Can you use cover and concealment? Think about it. Think about it, and the money that you save using this, let's see, the money you save not spending on cartridges for this, you can pay for one of these. Craigslist, dirt cheap. You know, it's a decent gun. I say that as anyways. what I'm trying to say is, don't overlook this as an awesome training tool, because the skills you get with this will translate directly over to that. I guarantee it. The other thing is, try to have this configured as much like the real deal as possible. So I don't run optics on the real deal, so I don't run optics on Airsoft. I practice with the iron sights, which is what I've always used. Check it out. You know, you don't have to become a total Airsoft nerd, whatever, but I think you'll have more fun than you realize. So anyways, that's Matt talking about some Airsoft and how things transfer directly over, skills transfer directly over from this to this. It's cheap, it's fun, it's a whole lot more safe than trying to run and gun in a team with this, because you're more likely to shoot somebody. And if you shoot them with this, no big deal, right? So think about it. Let me know what you think. If you're an Airsoft dork, you know, leave me a comment and let me know what you think. If you hate Airsoft, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. So, anyways, this is Matt. Take care. Just want to make a point that this springtime and this will all continue long after all this. Let that soak in.
I've got my, as always,
really good customer service, those guys.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'll annotate the review. I'll annotate the review.
Also, my Kershaw Storm 2. Amazing blade. It's all covered with funk right now.